Hi guys, in this video we are going to learn everything that you need to know about diabetes and insulin, like how insulin works, what is the difference between type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. All these things we are going to learn today in this video. Alright, I've also made some notes on this topic which I'll be showing you after giving a little bit of explanation. So before knowing anything about diabetes, first you need to know what is insulin and how it actually works in our body. Okay, so listen to me very carefully. Let's say you eat a banana, right? A banana is a carbohydrate. We know that, right? It's something that we always consume 1 hour before our workout. It's kind of like a natural pre-workout. So let's say you eat a banana or you eat any kind of carbohydrates, be it simple carbs, complex carbs, doesn't matter, right? You eat a food which is rich in carbohydrates. What happens? The food goes to your stomach, right? Now in the stomach what happens is the carbohydrates that is present in the food is broken down into glucose. Now glucose is nothing but energy, we know that, right? So the carbohydrates from the food is broken down into glucose, and this glucose is passed into the bloodstream. Your blood, in that this glucose is passed from the food that you just ate. The carbohydrates present in the food is broken down into glucose and passed to the bloodstream. Now what happens is your brain senses that there's a lot of glucose in the bloodstream, right? When the brain senses that, what it does is it goes and tells the pancreas. There's an organ which is just below your stomach, something called pancreas. It goes and tells the pancreas, boss, there's a lot of, I can see a lot of sugar or glucose in the bloodstream, do something about it. So what the pancreas does is, pancreas releases or produces a hormone called as insulin. Now this hormone is also passed into the bloodstream. That's the reason you must have often heard about the insulin spike, right? Or the sudden rise in blood sugar levels. So when the glucose in your blood rises, the level of glucose in your blood rises, equally the level of insulin also rises. Okay, because this is done by the pancreas. The pancreas releases this insulin. Now, what is insulin, right? You need to understand that. Yes, you understood that it's a hormone that is released into the bloodstream the moment there is a lot of glucose in the blood. This you understood, right? Clear? Stay with me. Now imagine a key. You know a key to a door. You open a door with a key, right? So imagine insulin is a key. Insulin is that key with which you open a door. Now what is that door? Where does that door open to? That door opens to your muscle cells. You know the cells in your muscle? It is guarded by a door. There's a key to that door, and insulin is the key. Insulin is the key that opens the door to the muscle cells. What I'm trying to say is that the glucose that is entered your bloodstream has to go to your muscle cells for energy, right? But there's a door. It is locked by a lock, and that lock's key is nothing but insulin. So what insulin does is, when insulin is released into the bloodstream by the pancreas, what this insulin does is, it opens that door to that muscle cells. It opens that door for the glucose to enter. It opens that door. So insulin is that key to that door. So this is what insulin basically does. It opens the door to the muscle cells for the glucose to act. Now what happens is, when it goes and opens all the doors with this key, with this insulin, when you're opening all that doors, what happens is all this glucose will go to your muscle cells. So now naturally the glucose levels in your blood will come back to normal. The food that you ate, it suddenly went up, right? The glucose levels in your blood went up. Now because it opened all that doors, now all that glucose has been passed to your muscle cells. So the levels has again come down. Getting it? So this is what insulin does. Alright. Also one more thing. So we understood that when you consume a carbohydrate rich food, it is broken down into glucose and it is pushed into the bloodstream. There are other ways also where the glucose is pushed into your bloodstream. How is it? You must have heard something called glycogen stores, muscle glycogen stores. You have heard about it? So your muscles have inbuilt stores called as glycogen stores. So glycogen is again a molecule, like it's just like, you know, glucose. So what muscle glycogen does is it also breaks down that glycogen into glucose and pushes it into your bloodstream. So in case you haven't consumed anything, right? Let's say you didn't consume any food, your body still needs energy, right? It still needs energy. So what will your body do now? The muscle glycogen stores are gonna break down the glycogen into glucose and push into your bloodstream. Similarly, there's one more resource, that is your liver. The liver also, there's something called liver glycogen. The liver can also break down glycogen stores and break it down into glucose and push it into the bloodstream. So there are so many ways by which glucose is being pushed into your bloodstream, right? So every time that happens, your pancreas will produce insulin to regulate those levels of glucose in your bloodstream. Basically, it will act as that key to open the door to the muscle cells where all these glucose that is there in your blood should go. Whether the glucose comes from carbohydrate rich food, which is banana in this case for an example, or whether it comes from your muscle glycogen stores, or whether it comes from your liver glycogen stores, doesn't matter. All these glucose which are being pushed into the bloodstream has to go to your muscle cells. That's how you regulate the blood glucose levels. In order for these glucose to go into your muscle cells, you need a key, right? You need insulin, which will open that door. So that's how insulin regulates blood sugar levels. Clear so far? Okay, so now we are going to discuss what is diabetes and also what is the difference between type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Okay. So in case of diabetes, what happens is this insulin, either it is not produced at all by the pancreas, or it is produced but it's not doing its job properly. So this is what diabetes basically is. So what is type 1 diabetes? Type 1 diabetes is a condition, it's an autoimmune disease. Autoimmune disease means your own body thinks that there is some problem with the cells and it destroys its own cells. In simple words, what your body does is it kills the cells that produce which produce insulin. Which means in case of people who have type 1 diabetes, their pancreas doesn't produce insulin at all. Think about it. The pancreas is not even producing insulin. Forget about opening the doors and all that. It is not producing insulin at all. That is type 1 diabetes. It's an autoimmune disease where your body kills your cells that produce insulin. Getting it? That's type 1 diabetes. And type 1 diabetes is more common among young people, young children below 10 years, you know. These are the cases where it's most prevalent. And we have still not able to find out like why this happens. It's an autoimmune disease, right? So that is type 1 diabetes where your pancreas doesn't produce insulin at all. What is type 2 diabetes? Type 2 diabetes is your body produces insulin. Okay, your pancreas is producing insulin normally, but your body is not utilizing that insulin properly. Your body is resisting that insulin. It's resisting due to, there can be a lot of reasons. So imagine that this key has become a little rusted. Yeah, you have seen those keys, right, which is a little rusted, which is a little rusty, so it doesn't really open the locks. So there are a lot of doors. Imagine there are a lot of doors, means muscles, right? There's everywhere muscles, lot of muscle cells, lot of doors are there, but with that key you're not able to open all the doors. Some doors you are able to open, while some doors it's stuck, you're not able to really open, right, because it has become a little rusty. So that is what is happening in type 2 diabetes. So it could be because of lot of fat. When there's a lot of visceral fat, when there's a lot of fat present in your body, right? So these fat deposits will not allow pancreas to produce, like it will not allow pancreas or your insulin to do its job properly. In simple words, that's what's happening in type 2 diabetes. These fat deposits, or for other reasons, your insulin is not able to do its job properly, which is opening all those doors so that the glucose from the blood stream can pass into those muscle cells. that job it is not able to do properly. Your body is kind of resisting to insulin. That is what happens in type 2 diabetes. And type 2 diabetes is more common among older adults, the older population, 40 years old, and mostly obese clients, people who have a lot of fat. That's the reason we always say, you should stay healthy, try to reduce your fat percentage and stuff like that. But mind you, type 2 diabetes can also happen in healthy individuals. That's right, even if you're not obese, still you can get type 2 diabetes. And that's the reason we should do all these blood tests, once in a month or once in 2 months or once in 6 months. We should do some kind of blood test, especially your blood sugar levels. You should get it checked. And it can go undiagnosed for years. You will not even have any symptoms sometimes. That can also happen. That's the reason you should get all these blood checks done. So that's the difference between type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease where it is not producing any insulin. Your pancreas is not producing any insulin at all. And in type 2 diabetes, your body is producing insulin, but it is being resisted. Your body itself is resisting that insulin. It's not allowing that insulin to do its job properly. So this is the difference between type 1 and type 2. Now, last topic. Let's try to find out what are the symptoms of type 1 and type 2 diabetes. How do you know whether you are getting diabetic or whether you are having this problems? How do you know this? There are a lot of symptoms for this, and for both type 1 and type 2 the symptoms are pretty much the same, pretty much common. Okay, so this is pure information. I'm just giving you knowledge. Whatever I have learned, I'm giving you that knowledge. So if you want to skip this part, you can skip this part, because diabetes is done. You have understood what insulin is, how insulin works. You understood about blood sugar levels, how food is being broken down into glucose, how muscle glycogen is breaking down glucose, how liver is producing glucose and pushing all that to the bloodstream. So when the levels are rising in the bloodstream, your pancreas produces insulin, which tries to regulate that blood sugar levels by opening the door to the muscle cells where all these glucose can pass. That's it. That's all about insulin, right? And diabetes, I already explained that part, type 1 and type 2. Done. Now I'm going to share some symptoms that you can observe if in clients and stuff like that, and you can also know, just for general knowledge, like why these some symptoms happen. That I'm going to tell you now. Yeah, so the first symptom that you'll see is excessive urination. Like you will see people, they are going to the bathroom a lot, they are urinating a lot, right? Especially people with type 1 diabetes or type 2 diabetes, they have frequent urination problem, excessive urination. Why does that happen? Have you ever thought about it? Again, like I said, I'm just giving you knowledge here. So this part is not that important. If you want to skip, you can skip. This is just general knowledge. So the reason excessive urination happens is, now think about it. If the key is not working, all these doors are shut, right? And all the blood sugar, all the glucose in the blood is rising. Now this has to go somewhere, right? These blood sugar levels that has gone high, this glucose that is getting more and more into the bloodstream, that has to go somewhere. Where does it go? What does the body does? Here's what the body does. When there's a lot of blood sugar levels and the insulin is not working properly, or the doors are not opening, what it will do is your kidney will come into the picture. Your kidney will try to take all that glucose and throw it out of the body via urination, via urine. So that's the reason people say, right, people with diabetes, they have to be careful. They can have kidney problems, they can have liver problems. So this is why they say, because now your kidney has to work a lot. It has to get all that glucose accumulated in the bloodstream, it has to throw it out via urine. So that's one thing, excessive urination. Now think about it. If the kidney is taking all that glucose and throwing it away via urine, the kidney will also consume a lot of water to do that, right? It requires a lot of water to do that job of eliminating the glucose from the bloodstream outside the body through urination. So obviously a lot of water is also being taken from your body. That's the reason the second symptom is dehydration or excessive thirst. People with diabetes, they'll be very thirsty. They'll be thirsty all the time. This is the reason why they feel so thirsty. Getting it? So excessive urination is one symptom. Excessive Thirst is also another symptom, and this is the reason why. Third symptom is you'll also see these people will have urinary tract infections, they'll have genital itching and stuff like that. Have you wondered why? Because there's a lot of glucose, that is a lot of sugar in their urine, right? Because the sugar which is accumulated in the bloodstream is going out via urine. So this glucose is nothing but energy, and it's also like sugar, right? It's sugar basically. So when there's a lot of sugar in the urine, it attracts a lot of bacteria. Bacteria loves glucose, bacteria loves sugar. So you are more vulnerable to bacterial infections. That's the reason, since they are excreting a lot of sugar in the urine, their urinary tract, their genital areas are more susceptible to infections, bacterial infections. So genital itching is also another symptom of diabetes. One more symptom is this thing, wounds, cuts. You often hear people saying, right, you have to be very careful with people who have diabetes. If they injure themselves, if there's a cut or wound, it will never heal, right? It takes a long time for their wounds or cuts to heal. Have you wondered why? Again, because there's so much glucose in their bloodstream, if there's a cut, right, and the blood comes out, it is again going to attract a lot of bacteria. Unlike normal people, these people's blood will attract a lot of bacteria. That's the reason if they have a cut or any kind of injury, it takes longer time for that injury to heal. That's the reason, as a personal trainer, when you have clients who have diabetes, you have to be very careful with their footwear and stuff like that. You have those kind of topics in injuries chapter, I guess chapter 15 or chapter 16, something like that. That's the reason, because if they injure themselves, it's very difficult for them to heal. It takes a longer time. Yeah. What else? One more symptom is, so that's why cuts and wounds, you have to be careful with these people. Then you have weight loss as a result of diabetes. Have you seen diabetic people? Once they get diabetes and once it goes to the extreme levels, they become really thin, they lose a lot of weight. You know why? Because all these glucose present in the blood is not going to the muscle cells, right? Because the insulin is not working properly. So what happens is, your body needs energy, right? If it is not getting energy from the glucose present in the blood, what will it do? Where will it go? So what it will do is, it will try to extract all the energy from the fat cells that is present in your body, from all the fat that is present in your body. Your body will try to take energy from there. That's the reason you go through extreme weight loss. When diabetic people, you see, they go through extreme weight loss. Suddenly they become very thin because all the energy is being taken from their fat stores. Yeah, that's one thing. One more symptom is feeling lethargic and tired and fatigued and weak and always feeling sleepy and all these things. Have you wondered why? Because because the glucose present in their blood, which is basically energy, it is not going to the blood muscle cells, right? Because the key is not opening, the doors are not opening, or there is no key at all, no insulin at all, whatever. In diabetic patients, they are not getting enough energy. Their muscle cells are not getting enough energy via glucose from the blood. As a result of that, they feel very lethargic, they feel very weak and tired and sleepy all the time. That's one more symptom. Another symptom is, you'll often see these people, they will have blurred vision, they'll have eye problems, because the glucose goes and accumulates in the lens, the front part of your lens. The glucose will go and accumulate there, making it cloudy, and there will be blurred vision. So this is also a symptom that you will get to see in people who are diabetic. Eye problem, vision problem. Now the good news is, if you take proper medication, if you have a healthy lifestyle, if you exercise and stuff like that, if you take insulin shots in some cases, then these symptoms can be reversed. These symptoms can be controlled. That's one good news. But yeah, of course, prevention is better than cure. If you follow a healthy lifestyle and your food habits are good, you consume food with high glycemic index, there's a sudden spike in insulin levels, all these things are not good, right? Because your pancreas has to work extra hard to produce a lot of insulin to regulate those blood sugar levels, right? So this can cause some problem to the pancreas or the insulin production basically. So that's pretty much it. Now I'll just quickly show you my notes. Just I'll walk you through it. Just I will not explain much. I'll just show you the notes. If you want to take screenshot, you can take screenshot and have a note of all these things. So here is the notes that I made. You can take a quick look. Everything that I've explained in the video, I have just written it down. So if you want, you can go ahead and take a screenshot. How insulin works, type 1 versus type 2 diabetes. Finally, we have the symptoms of both type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Sorry, it is not clear, just give me a second. Yeah, blurred vision, weight loss. So in the next video, I'll be explaining hyperglycemia, hypoglycemia, and how it affects exercise. Things like why high intensity exercises can lead to hyperglycemia. Long distance exercise can lead to hypoglycemia. All these things I'll be explaining in my next video, a follow-up video of this. Thank you guys for watching. You can ask me any doubts in the comment sections, or you can message me on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at athlete.sanju, SANJU.